Well, hello there and welcome back to the cabin build. As you can see in the opening shots, I went ahead and covered this in with the scrap T111 that I had and built this rail with some of the 2x4s I had. I didn't want to use them for this. I was trying to go minimal and I actually bought these little, what do they call them? Ballisters? Some kind of word like that. Anyway, the little like vertical slats you put in there, and I didn't buy many. I was going to have them be a little bit more spread apart to save money because unfortunately the price of lumber is going back up. But regardless of whether I had a bunch or few, it really didn't end up looking the way I wanted it to. So I was trying to figure out what to do, and I just came up with these little diagonal braces. Kind of fits maybe the overall look and theme of the cabin anyway, so that's what I came up with. It feels pretty solid. This board here was twisted. You can see there that the brace to the bracket is kind of bent up because I tried to force it into place, and I mean it worked. I did damage the board a bit. I ended up flipping it around to compensate for that, but it split pretty bad right there on that end. But anyway, it is a rail. We got it in and I went ahead and stained it. So yeah, it did that yesterday evening, so it hasn't been a full 24 hours. The stain is still pretty wet looking, at least tacky I imagine. So I have to give that some more time, but what I'm going to try to do today is stain that so that it doesn't just stand out so bad. I don't know if I would really want to stain it this color, but that's what I got, so that's what I'm gonna use. I think the brush method is not really the best option here. Well, there it is. It's not perfect as per usual. I kind of needed to get these kind of exposed edges here just a little bit more, but it's stained anyway. I might actually try to put a piece of trim here just to cover up this kind of ugly looking seam, but besides that, hopefully we're pretty much done with this part of the project. Obviously I didn't document the whole process of putting this up and building the rails. It was just, I don't know, seemed kind of like small tasks and not really worth filming. In any case, I think what I'm going to try to do now, there's a little bit of stuff we could do up in the loft, but that might cost some money, and I'm tired of spending money right now, so I'm going to try to get back onto the driveway situation and see if we can improve on that front. Well, it's been a little bit since I recorded anything for the vlog, but we had some crazy winds last night, as you may have seen in some of those clips I tried to record while I was driving up here on the mountain. But I figured I'd go ahead and do an update and come check on the shed and see how it fared in that windstorm. Don't know how well this shows up, but this is some of the last work I did up here. I went ahead and cleared out these bushes here where I wanted to put the driveway. I still got to try to dig that stump out. Looks like my private property sign took a little bit of a beating. Kind of got moved around a little bit. So far everything's looking okay except for little minor debris. Ugh. Whoa. Yeah. It's a lot of little limbs and stuff so far. Nothing laying on top of the shed, that's good. Private property sign kind of blew over on this one as well. Whoa! Well, looks like she held up to the storm, at least this time. Well, thankfully it looks okay. Well, so far everything looks okay up here, and so that's good. But in terms of the vlog and the building and whatnot, I haven't really done anything. Like I said, the last thing I did was what I showed up here with the deck, and off camera I did the work on the driveway stuff. Besides that, like, one thing is you kind of ran out of money. I kind of at a standstill, just gonna have to wait and see what our next step is. But the build is pretty much done, you know, as you've seen, I guess. And it'd be nice to get something on the walls up in the loft to cover up the insulation, but lumber prices are going back up and whatnot. I've thought of some weird, like, alternative ideas, but I don't know if I'll pursue those. Don't really know how much I'll have to show for a while. But, you know, we'll come back to something at some point, whatever the next step in the adventure is. Well, as you can see, everything looks intact up here and dry as far as I can tell, so every time it rains I want to come up here and see, make sure everything's holding up and the roof is working until it gets the job. So far we've been lucky. Should have put another staple in here. One of the main reasons I wanted to come up here today in particular is because of that crazy windstorm we had, wind and rain. Fortunately, I don't know, maybe it's because the side of the mountain that we're on here or whatever, it didn't seem too bad over here, so maybe this area isn't quite as susceptible to it, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if I'll have much else to show. I'm gonna maybe drive around town, see what's going on, if any other damage has been done. But as far as the cabin goes, I think that's going to be a wrap today. And again, for I don't know how long, I'm not really sure when we'll be taking our next step. So, maybe doing vlogs of other stuff, or just may not have any vlogs to show for a little while. But I will keep you posted. I think I hear a dog barking.